Hey guys, it's me Savannah, and today I'm going to be doing another Rainbow Loom tutorial, and today's tutorial will be on this little baby elephant charm. Now I know some YouTubers have done some elephant charm tutorials, but their ears have been way bigger and not as small as this, so I thought I'd just call it a baby elephant. And I really like how this looks. It started off being like a little bear, but it didn't really work. So I added a trunk on it, and it became an elephant. So this is in the glow in the dark. This is partly my original design just because this is basic for any animal, the body is and stuff. Just a few little minor adjustments, but it basically is my design, but I mean, people have thought of elephant tutorials before I have. But yeah, so I give credit to any of you who have done an elephant tutorial out there. Then I just have a ocean blue jelly one right there. So now let's get started with the supplies that you will be needing for this tutorial, and it's not a lot. So today you will be needing 4 items. Yes, 4 items. That's it. You will be needing your Rainbow Loom hook or any other hook. I'm using the metal hook just because the plastic one, it tends to break more, so I'm using the metal hook, and it's the pink one, as I'm doing in like all my tutorials. Then I have my Rainbow Loom set up in the staggered configuration. So that's how it comes if you're just new to this. Then you will need 2 black for the eyes. In this case I used gray in here, but use 2 black for the eyes. And then for the rest of the body I just used white on here, so I'm going to be using red violet jelly. And that's all you'll be needing. So let's get started with the tutorial. So your arrows should be pointing down or towards you. And my loom is not flipped this way, it's flipped this way. So it's pointing down in the staggered configuration, and now we're going to start placing our bands. So I'm going to be using double bands through this whole tutorial except for the eyes and the little capping bands. So if I don't say anything, just keep that in mind. So take your first 2 bands, which mine are the red violet, which is going to be for like the whole body. I'm going to take it going from the top peg to the second top peg right here, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, I'm using 2 bands. And this will be the little slip knot rubber bands to hold your little elephant together. Take 2 more bands, go from this middle second peg to the left, like that, and do the same thing on the other side, like so. Next, we are going to be going down twice for the face, so you're just going to go down with 2 more bands on both the left and the right side. Like I said, you're going down twice with double bands, like that. And on the other side too. I mean, if you want to, you can use 1 band, but I find that it's better using 2. So that's what it should look like so far. Then add 2 more pairs in the middle of your design, like so. Sorry, my rubber bands, they're flying everywhere. So now you should have something that looks like this. Again, taking 2 more bands, we are going to go from the left peg right here into the middle, and then same on the other side, on the right, into the middle, like so, and push those bands down. And then this will be the little neck. And then we are going to go down from here on these 2 pegs using 2 rubber bands, and these are going to be our shoulders. So it'll look something like that, and then repeat on the other side because it can't just have 1 shoulder, that'd look ridiculous. And now we are going to start adding more rubber bands down here to make the base of the body. And I'm holding my loom up so you guys can see this better, just because I don't think you can see it more. And then put 3 pairs of rubber bands going from these pegs right here. Just 3 pairs of rubber bands. Like that. That's what it should look like. And then repeat the 3 on the other side. Like so. Oh my gosh, I'm dropping rubber bands everywhere today, guys. So now you should have something that looks like that. And then we're going to add bands in the middle. Taking 2 bands again. You're just going to place them on. Almost dropped that pair. And take 2 more rubber bands and go down 1 more time. So then you have something like that. Now for the body, we're going to add on legs. So we're going to go down 2 more times, taking 2 rubber bands. You're just going to go down 1, 2, like so. Repeat on the other side. Don't do it in the middle, otherwise you're going to have legs in the middle and it's not going to look cute. So go 1 and 2. Now we are going to add 2 capping bands, or 1 on each of these 2 pegs. So take 1 rubber band, put it right here around it, and go 1, 2, 3 times, like that. Take another single rubber band, flip your loom around, push the bands down if you need to, and go 1, 2, 3. So now you have your capping band. Now we are going to add on capping bands for the body. So right on these 3 pegs right here, we're going to add on a capping band. So you're just going to put it on like a triangle in a triple single bracelet, and then turn your loom slightly, flip it around, and fold it back over or double it on itself. So then it'll have 2 little layers, and then do that on the next pair, which is, or should be, below the pair that you just did. Just double it on, and then go ahead and do that one more on these 3 pegs. One more time, I should say. On these 3 pegs. Sorry if my hands are blocking it. But you should get double folded over triangle shapes like that. And then we're going to do one up here. So you're going to take another single rubber band, put it on these 3 pegs, because that's where we're going to attach the eyes in a minute. We're just going to fold it over again, like that. And now we are going to put on the eyes. Taking your 2 black rubber bands, we're going to just take one for a minute, and we're going to start wrapping it around the hook. So you're going to take your hook, put the rubber band on, and go 1, 2, 3. So now you have something that looks like this. Then I'm just going to zoom in, and then I'm going to pick up this rubber band, the folded over rubber band, with my hook, and I'm going to slide the black tripled over rubber band on to the pink. Just get it on there. Once you have it, then you're going to hook it back onto the peg. Like that, and I'll show you again. So you're going to take your hook, take the rubber band, and go 1, 2, 3. Then you are going to pick this rubber band up with your hook and slide the black rubber bands on to the pink one, however you get it over, and then hook it back on to the peg. So then your eyes should look something like that. And I apologize if you couldn't see that well. It's kind of hard to show on camera, but you're basically just looping it from your hook onto this rubber band right here. So now we're going to make the ears. So like I said, in the beginning you're going to need a lot of your base color, which is this pink, or that's just in my case. But so now we're going to make the ears. You're going to take your rubber band, put it on your hook, and wrap it around 1, 2, 3 times. And then taking 2 rubber bands, just going to put it on your hook, and take this rubber band right here that was tripled and put it on to the band, the 2 bands that we just put on. So now you should have something that looks like this. I'm going to move these rubber bands closer. I need to get more. And then you're going to take 2 more rubber bands, We're going to slide on this onto those 2 rubber bands. And we're going to create 3 little loops. So that was 1, 2, and then 1 more. Just going to put it on. And I'm going to have to switch on a light in a minute because it is getting darker out. So now you should have something that looks like this. And now we're going to attach it. So I did get more lighting, and now we are going to attach on the ear. So we are going to attach it onto this peg right here, as if you were going to attach like a ponytail onto a little girl figurine. So I'm just going to zoom in, and then we are going to put our finger in all these rubber bands and just put it onto the peg like that. But we're not finished with it because we don't want it to look like little pigtails or anything. So you are going to slide your hook through the cap band, which should be 3 loops, and then you are going to take it and put it on the next peg that is downward. Like that. And then we are going to repeat on the other side. So I did pause the video and put on the other ear. Sorry, I'm grabbing more rubber bands. But now we are going to do the arms, because the elephant needs arms, otherwise it's going to look like a weird creature thing, which that's how it started out. But now we're just going to add on arms. So you will be needing your hook again. We're going to take it, wrap the rubber band around 3 times, like so. Take 2 more rubber bands, put them on, and slide these rubber bands over onto the 2 rubber bands. And then we are going to be taking 2 more rubber bands and pulling these rubber bands onto the other 2 rubber bands that we just placed on. So it'll look something like that. So that's 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to say about 4 I'm going to put on. 4. Make sure you're getting all the loops on there. So now we are ready to attach the arm. And just keep in mind that this is a baby elephant, so the arms have to be shorter. So now let's attach it. So we are going to attach it onto this peg right here, and you will do the same on the other side, which I'm not going to show because I already showed how to do this. You are going to slip your finger through all of these rubber bands and just place it onto the upper left peg for the shoulder. Now repeat on the... Now we just have to attach the trunk after we've made it, and then we can start hooking. So basically you're going to do it like you're doing the arms, but put on 1 more pair of bands. So take it, wrap it around 3 times. You guys should be a pro at this because you've made like 4 now. 4 little attachments. So then add on 2 bands. Woo! Nothing else new. Slide the bands on if I can get it over. Okay. Like that. And we're going to put on 5 pairs because we want the trunk to be posable. So then you can pose it however you want it to be. So we have 1, 2, and then we have 3, and then 4 right here, and we need 1 more, which will be 5, and then we will be done. So your elephant's almost going to be finished. So now we have the trunk, and now we are going to attach it. So we are going to attach the trunk right on here. That's the nose. So if you're wondering what the nose is, it's the trunk. So we're going to push the bands down, put the bands in between our finger, and just set it on this peg, making sure that it is pointed up, because we want it pointing up, not down, because otherwise it's going to be drooping down and it's going to look weird. See how it's pointing up? So then you can pose it. So now we can start the hooking process. Finally. So let's start hooking. First, we are going to go under the cap band, which is this band right here, and we are just going to hook up first. So let's get under the cap band and just hold it down so it doesn't pop off, and hook up. And now we have to go under this band and grab the very two bottom bands and hook up. And then you would do this until you reach the arm. So let me just quickly do that. Go under this band and grab the two underneath bands. And then when you get to the arm, which I'll show you in a second, in the middle you are just going to hook up. And this is kind of like a triple single bracelet. I'm just going to hook all the way up to where the neckline is. And then you're going to repeat the exact same thing on the other side. So I'm just going to quickly do that. And I'm not fast forwarding just because I kind of want you guys to see what I'm doing if you still don't kind of get it. So now we are at the arm part. You're going to get under all of these bands and grab the very two bottom bands, which should be these. Just grab the very two bottom bands. I like to pull them out so then I know where the two bottom bands are. So the two bottom bands are the ones that I'm pulling out. Once you have them, take them and hook them onto the center pin. Do the same thing with the other side. And now we can continue. So now that we've hooked right here, we are going to go under the elephant trunk's cap band. So the elephant's trunk is the cap band, and you are going to grab, let me release that, these two bands right here and hook them over to that peg. Go under the elephant's trunk. You should only be grabbing two bands and go to the right like that. Get under the elephant's trunk cap bands again, and this time hook the other bands that should be next to the left. Then go into the center and grab forward bands, making sure that you take the trunk and put the rubber bands over the trunk so that it'll stick out, because if you just hook it up, it'll pull down the trunk and it won't stick out, like so. And then you're just going to hook forward until you reach this point. That was probably the hardest part to film on camera, just because you have to make sure you're grabbing the right bands, because I did have to cut out a part in one clip just because I did grab 3 bands on accident, let it go, and I had to fix it, which is very hard, but it's possible to fix. But then on each side, you're just going to grab the bottom bands, which I'm going to go under these bands and grab those right there. And you're always making sure that you're grabbing the very bottom bands. If you don't, well, it's just going to look really weird and it's not going to hook right. Grab the very bottom bands and hook forward, making sure that you're being careful. And then you just hook up to that point. Do the same thing on the other side, which I'm just going to keep it like this. Go and grab the underneath 2 bands and hook it on here. making sure that all of the bands are nice and tight on there. Whoa, that one's flying off. Nope, you can't come off yet. And hook it up to here. For the last few steps, we are going to go under all these bands for the ears, grab these two bottom bands that I'm holding out. So just get all the way underneath there, grab those very two, and pull them onto the center. Do the same thing on the other side, like so. My hook got stuck. And then we are going to go under all of these bands, every single one of them, and grab these very last two bands. Let me make sure I'm gonna, yep, just get those very last two bands, which are these bands, if you're wondering. Pull them tight, and then you're just going to take this part right here and just loop it up, and then you're just going to grab this, pull it tight to make a slip knot so your elephant won't fall apart. And now you can take it off the, after you then have adjusted it a little bit, it will start to look like an elephant. And yeah, it's just a little baby elephant. It's so cute. You can make the arms shorter or longer. So I do have other ones, it's just they're not right in front of me. But here are the ones that I have in front of me. So thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial, and I hope that you guys benefited from it and actually made this design. And please leave in the comments below if you do want to see this little gymnast charm, which is sort of like Tutorials by A, but it has a little twist to it. It's a little bit different made, and her leg can be held up to her head without you making her hold it. So comment down below if you do want to see a tutorial of this, and if you don't, well, then I'm probably not going to make a video on it, because I don't want to waste my time, and I don't want to waste your guys' time on watching it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video, and comment down below what your favorite color of Rainbow Loom rubber bands is, and I will choose a shout out for my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Bye!